Hey guys, so we have an awesome guest today on the Rogue channel. So let's tune in and start the show. Hey guys, it's Rob the Rogue Jedi here with an awesome special guest today, the Old Architect. So, dude, it is such a pleasure to have you on. I love the mask. But before we get into all of that, give a little background on yourself and you can explain the name and everything else, and we'll dive in after.
The name's actually got a really deep meaning behind it. Goes way far back, kind of gets into a huge long story, but brief synopsis of it. You you know Clone Wars, correct? Like the cartoon versions, of
Oh,
course.
yeah, of course.
Do you remember the droid that assisted like the young Jedi to build their first lightsaber?
Yes, I do. That was a great
He was
episode, by the way.
actually a saber architect.
Yes.
So I took that because I actually began all of this creating lightsabers.
Oh,
But
yeah, we did speak on that. Yes.
yeah, yes, I showed you a few of them.
Yes, you did. Really good work, by the way. I'm hoping you come back with that, but we'll dive into that after.
Yes, down the road. But anyways, I took that, and then whenever Maul tells Ezra in Rebels to
Mhm.
call him Old Master, I kind of just mix those two together.
That's
Old
pretty cool.
Architect.
There you go, dude. That's awesome, dude. No, that's really amazing. It's cool because honestly, obviously, I've been, I've been on Instagram for a while now. Like kind of in the Star Wars community, and then when I came across your page, dude, I fell in love, dude. I'm gonna go on the beginning of that. That journey when I first saw your page, I was like, damn, dude, like this guy's got some awesome stuff. And then when I finally I hit you up, and I was like, dude, I need some work from you. It was there, it opened so many doors, but before we get into those doors, let's talk a little bit about your background and what made you fall in love with Star Wars. And you could tell us like a background on that, in regards to family or something, like what brought you into this community.
Hmm. Uh, I've actually been into Star Wars for a very long time, but what brought me, well, I don't like to really get into what actually made me Star Wars crazy because it's a really insane story, actually.
Listen, the fans actually love insanity, so you'd be surprised, bro. Everybody loved the Darth moment content that I put out, so you'd be surprised, bro. So if you want to touch on that, you definitely can.
Down the road someday, maybe.
Got it, got it.
Let's just say it's a different experience than anyone would actually expect for a Star Wars fan.
Okay, all right, I'll take that.
But anyways, getting into this community really was just because my wife actually told me to.
Oh wow,
Like I
that's
was, just building and had my stuff on eBay, and I did that for like custom wise about a year before I got onto, actual like Instagram and in the Star Wars, toy photography, customizing community there.
right, right, right. Now let me ask you, how long? How you said your wife? How long have you been doing it for?
Customizing,
Yes.
uh, really only about maybe 2.5 years or something like that.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. With especially the work that you've done, which we're gonna touch a little bit later. But continue your story. Yeah.
What part of the story?
Oh no, like continuing, like like with how you got into Star Wars, just in general, like apart from the community part, like what got you into like.
Well, anyways, yeah, if you want to talk that, what really got me into it was what I call the Bible, is my Star Wars like everything. It was the chronology of all of the legends in one book, from the beginning with the Rakata all the way to the end with actual legend story, like, with like what is the last Skywalker. First name always slips my mind whenever it's on, like, on
Yeah.
point. But anyways, like Kate Skywalker.
Oh, dude.
So
Yeah.
it's all of it. And I read from the beginning to the end. And from that point, it was just everything Star Wars.
Isn't Legends just so much better than canon? I'm just saying.
There's so much more going on. Like, yes, they will build and build. It took years to give us all the legends. Like what? That was like 40 some years before they took over. So
Yeah.
like it's they got time and they have the ability, and to be completely honest, Disney's actually gotten a lot more violent than I ever thought they would at times.
To be honest, I agree with you to a certain extent. But yes, I think now we're seeing a little bit more of the vibe. I think, yeah, I believe more now. That honestly, because I mean, back then, if you think about it, I mean, I think Revenge of the Sith was pretty kind of violent. I mean, it's the ending, I would say, different than what we see now. But again, I am hoping for something better. But with that being said, we'll touch on another question. So, who's your favorite character if you had to choose from Star Wars? I know you just mentioned the name, but I mean, I still would like to ask that question.
I'll say if we actually like,
You could give me canon. You could give me Legends and canon,
can I do light and dark side?
dude. You could do whatever you want.
All right. So we'll just go with, everyone knows this one, of course. Obi-Wan Kenobi. You gotta love Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was just that person that I would want to have in my existence. So,
I can see
and
that.
the teacher that I would have wanted to have, the friend, like he's just so much more down to earth than I would ever be. So he would be like a balance point.
I could see that. Yeah. But do you feel that there's a difference between, see, this is one of the things I always get. Like, I feel like we do see a different Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars as opposed to the movies. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, for example, like we do know that Obi-Wan does fall in love in in the Clone Wars
I really wish I could actually explore that one a lot more.
because that's one of the things that obviously we know was the fall of Anakin. That was one of the things, because remember, he mentioned to Anakin that he couldn't fall in love with, he couldn't have a relation with Padme. So that was one of the conflicting things. And then we see in the Clone Wars that he actually ends up falling with love, and I'm falling in love. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the things to me that it just, even though Dave Filoni took over it, it was one of the things that confused me a little bit. I don't know if, you kind of picked up on that, but those
With
were the one
that
of the,
one, I will give you it, yes, slightly, but in the end, I took the fact that Obi-Wan said remorse at the end of that.
yes.
Taught him how to give and not, be a part of his relationships or anything like that, to
Right.
be or away from it.
Right.
But they never taught you how to deal with the remorse of having to do with that, like do that at all. So
Right.
he didn't want him to because that's what the code wanted.
Right. Right.
But in the end, they were the best friends.
They were. They
And
were. They were.
I think he probably would have been perfectly fine with it and would have helped Anakin even hide the kids from the
Yeah.
council if none of that happened.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's so much on that. I mean, we can, I'm sure we can go on for days about that, but
oh,
yeah, I'm sure we can go on for days about that. But no, dude, yeah, I definitely agree. So I know you said you had a Sith in mind.
yes,
So,
that would actually be going canon or legend, sorry.
okay.
The game Star Wars: The Old Republic
Of course.
was
Yes.
introduced. That would be Valkorian.
Oh, dude.
I guess, in a sense, he's not Sith as Valkorian, but he's Sith. We all know he's Sith.
I never understood that with him. I mean, we know that he was an emperor, right? But
He was actually the immortal emperor,
right,
so he was able to transfer his like entire being
his
into
essence, other,
Valkorian.
yeah. Yeah, and I thought that was one of the cool things about him. And I'm so grateful, as you and me are talking about, this is something we'll talk about later, but we got Arkin from that, and that's a character that I truly, truly love, and I wish we had more of him. And I wish he was known more.
Honestly, they could very easily bring that whole set into existence. All they have
Like,
to do is say it's canon.
yeah, I mean, in reality, I mean, I'm sure you've seen it. Have you seen the cinematic video on that. You've seen it,
Any of
right?
them?
Yeah,
I
on
watched the entire playthrough of as much as I could.
yeah.
So that's like what, 40 hours?
I know, dude. No, it's really cool. Well, no, they have a cinematic on YouTube. They like it's kind of like modernized where they have it of the two brothers. Therax is his name. I can never say his name right. It's Therax and Arkin, and they kind of show
That's
like their life on them. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when I got to see that and I was like, oh wow, this is what he really kind of looks like, and he kind of looks badass, dude. So I was like, man, if I could just get more of him, I'd be
I would
so
say
happy.
that he was definitely a brutal one too. And
Dude, he killed his
his
brother.
fall, having killed his brother and everything. there,
I mean,
there-
he didn't he didn't mean to kill his brother actually. That
oh
was the
no,
crazy
he
part.
didn't, but he did.
He did indeed. And I mean, I kind of wish we had more on them. It would have been nice to have more on them, but who knows? And like you said, they can make that canon, and that's a story that would be kind of really cool to hear about because we don't even know what happens to Ark and after. Like we know a little bit, but not much. So that's something that they could touch on because it's two brothers, and that's easily something that you can bring canon and make a movie out of it.
Oh
So,
yeah, you could.
dude, and you
I'll
can
say that entire thing they could make just a movie out of. Well, how many different parts of that were there alone?
well, yeah, Knights of the Old. I mean that's a really long. It's a
Long,
long. I mean, like you
involved
said, yeah,
everything.
yeah, it is. So I guess the next question I'll have for you now is: so those are your two top favorites, right? Sith and
I'd probably say so.
okay, not too bad, not too bad. So the next question I have for you here is: what is your favorite Star Wars show that's out or coming out, and movie coming out from Star Wars?
Come, I'm not even gonna go with the coming out ones
Okay,
because who knows what they're gonna be like yet. Like they
true.
did good with, we'll say, Rogue One was an amazing side story, but then you look at the sequel, all of them, and they weren't the best.
Right.
So like I don't know what's going to happen in the future with all of that. So we'll stick to the ones that we have.
Got it. Got it.
As for TV show out right now, I'll actually probably say Rebels,
Okay,
just
that's different.
because I felt like that ship was my family
Yeah.
watching through all of it.
Right.
And it was just, you get so close to that whole crew.
Yeah, I mean, you could relate to them. You could kind of relate to them. So I definitely, I
And
see that. No, definitely. I definitely could see that. I mean, again, you have a kid like Ezra, right? Who wasn't a kid like Ezra, We see in the beginning, he's kind of like a little rebel, right?
oh
We
yeah.
all had a little bit of rebelness in ourselves as growing up. I mean, especially as a boy, you know. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, That's cool. So I guess the next one I have to say is, so that's your favorite show. What about movie wise? You don't have to pick the sequels. You don't have to.
Trust me, I probably wouldn't have picked any of those. I wouldn't have. But like I won't lie, there were good parts of them.
Yeah, of course. Listen, I don't listen, bro. One of the things I'll say is I don't not like I
But
understand
I
everybody.
like all Star Wars.
Thank you. Okay, so we're on the same page. Perfect. Listen. One of the things I'll say, and maybe you'll agree with me. You we're always gonna critique anything that's out, but we're always gonna appreciate and be grateful for what we get. That
Oh yeah.
makes
I would
perfect.
say we grew up with, well, you're a few years younger, so you had a little bit more Star Wars than I did.
Right.
But growing up, I just wanted any kind of Star Wars. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
so whenever they said that they were coming out 7, 8, 9, that was amazing.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to it. Favorite. Really, people would probably be upset, but I grew up with the prequels.
No, nobody would be. I think the fan base that I have, to be honest, is all prequels,
I'll
baby.
say,
So
Revenge of the Sith. Like it was one of my all-time favorites.
yeah,
The the effects that they use, like that was just like What is
Dude,
this stuff?
it's true. No, it's true, dude. I
Space
mean,
battle, like that opening space scene. That was amazing.
yeah. No, 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 dude. I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, it's like you take the original trilogy, right? Which I'm not saying it's bad, but like, kind of like, the graphic wise, you see the difference, right? Like you can
Oh,
tell automatically like wow, like like George Lucas definitely revamped, everything going on, like with all the movies. So that was pretty cool, definitely. Well, that's awesome, dude. I mean, yeah, I mean, I love Revenge of the Sith. I mean, that's, if I had to say like which one was mine as well, that's my number one. That's my go-to, you know. And everybody's gonna critique.
I'll
Look,
say if I'm going to just pop one on, it would be Revenge of the Sith.
I'm
That's for
sorry, what
sure.
was that?
If I was just gonna pop one on,
Yeah,
it would be Revenge of the Sith.
yeah, hands down. I mean, it's a. I mean, for me, it was a great movie at the time, and I loved it. And it was just, there was so much hype behind it, especially like, like with Master Replicas, the lightsaber at that time.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I love that saber. I wish I still had it. Wish I still had it. Um, One of the questions I'll ask you is that this is one that I'm gonna throw at you. Did you like any of the sequels?
Force Awakens and Rise.
Okay. Okay.
I I don't even understand what happened in Last Jedi.
I don't think anybody does.
Like it was just ships chasing each other, and then someone saying they're gonna put their fist through this whole town. That was the dumbest stuff I've ever heard in my life.
Let's not even talk about the little kid at the end of the movie.
Oh yeah,
Where is he? Where is he now?
yeah. He's brooming somewhere. They never came pick him up. They forgot
No.
about him. Come on now.
Yeah. No. But awesome. All right. Cool. I just
But
wanted to.
no. Anyways, the one that I like the best actually would probably be Force Awakens.
Okay, yeah, I think a lot of people do, just because it's a little bit more of a story, and it has. I mean, obviously, I look at it like this, right? From my opinion, again, everybody is entitled to theirs. I just feel like the Force Awakens, because it was more of a story. It was a little bit better as opposed to Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker. I mean, I liked it just because it was a faster paced movie. It was a lot going on, and I feel like it was, the only thing I didn't like was just everything was bombarded at us, because it was just, again, I understand it because it was picking up the pieces from the Last Jedi, but it still didn't need to go that way. It could have went another way. As we know that there were other ideas that are actually out there now that we know of. So I mean, you wish you had those, but it is what it is, dude. I mean, one of the things is, did you even know that was Mustafar in the beginning of the movie, or Kylo Ren? Bet you
I
didn't.
would say I didn't even know what was going on there.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Like,
the
I heard that they were supposed to be in like actually like Darth Vader's temple at one point. That would have been pretty cool to see.
Well, that's one of my things that I touched on the solos post. I think it was the solos post or mine, but it's cool because I don't know if you saw the post that I posted on Andrew Weinger, with Colin Trevor All. They're coming out with a comic, I think it's an online comic, on what his script for episode 9 was supposed to be, which was called Duel of the Fates. And we were supposed to get a Vader scene with Kylo Ren fighting, but it was a vision because he went into the cave. But he ends up going to Vader's castle, which was something I feel like throughout the whole movie we got deprived of. And it sucked because that's something that we should have seen at least one time, because we really didn't see it in the original trilogy. We didn't really see it. I mean, in the prequels, obviously, we saw, he was on Mustafar, but we didn't see it. So it would have been nice to see it actual, like in the movie. I know we saw a little bit on Rogue One, but yeah, so,
Honestly, yeah, that'd be cool. It
yeah,
just the nostalgia of it would
right.
have been a nice little addition and stuff. And instead of it just that little scene could have been anywhere, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, that was the thought, right? We thought eventually we were gonna get this fight between Kylo and Vader. I mean, and I don't mind Kylo, to be honest. I didn't mind it. I mean, as you know, Darth Cadus, it was kind of like the same story arc, right? It
Uh,
ended up, a little. What
if
happened?
you want to say that,
Yeah, right.
I
Um,
would say I would have so gone for Darth Cadus' storyline
oh,
any.
dude. I mean, the fact that he killed Luke's wife, that's so sad. But I would have
But
been with that, dude. I wouldn't have minded. I mean, Mary Jade is awesome.
they they need to pull. They still have every opportunity. There's so much talk. Just pull her in. Just pull her in.
Dude, I mean, her story arc is amazing. The fact that she was one of what was it, she was with Palpatine. I mean, I would say she was like a, one of his like mercenaries, if that's the right wording. Or
What was it? The fist, the
right,
Emperor's.
yes. Well, I thought she was after, but I guess she was part of the fist. Yes. I forgot. It's been so long.
I don't know. It was one of those things. Emperor something.
But I know, but what I do remember is that she kicked ass, dude. She kicked ass, and it's a character that is well loved by everybody, and a really strong female character that I would have loved to see. And not saying that Ray Skywalker wasn't, but how awesome, dude! Like you said, I mean, seeing Mara Jade would have been just phenomenal, and I feel like that could have really helped the storyline if we would have gotten her a little bit, because that's one of the things with me with my fight with the sequels is that what we got with Luke, it just like, as you know, Legends, it wasn't the Luke that we knew.
No,
It was
he
even
even said that wasn't Luke.
no, dude. It was it to me when I and somebody commented because I we put a post on the solos post. I mean a video out, and somebody commented and kind of related, said that they can relate to what Luke was, and I understand it. People can relate to that. I guess what he felt like, doubtful, and he kind of was he lost hope. But I'm sorry, that's not the Luke that I know though. I mean, he turned his father to the light, right? And it took a while. It took a while, right?
I'm saying
So,
that was before he was even the Luke we knew.
dude, and so that's why it's like when I hear those arguments, and I'm not gonna say that they're wrong. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their own thought and opinion. I just feel like, again, if you read up on Legends and Legends, Luke was, first off, if we're gonna talk about strength, I'm sure Luke was 10. I don't not even 10. I don't even know, 1,000 times stronger in Legends than he was even in these movies. So
He wouldn't have died with that, little force ability he did there. Like that,
that
that wouldn't have happened.
that wasn't even his death, dude. That wasn't even a proper death for him. And
No,
that's why I don't know if you know, but that's why they're trying to basically reboot that whole sequel trilogy now and basically make a different timeline. So we'll see where that goes, right?
honestly, I hear about all that stuff. That it would just be a waste of time.
You think so? You don't think they can do justice, Dave Filoni and John
It's
Favreau?
already out there. Just
But why not? I mean, think about it, right? You have the Marvel universe. Again, I know people don't want it, but you do have the Marvel universe. Listen, they get characters brought in. I mean, look at Loki. I don't know if you follow it, but Loki was dead, dude, and he came back because of what happened, because they went back in
that was
time.
actually I picked that one up the second time we watched through it, and I'm like, wait a
I know.
minute,
Yeah.
Loki's still alive. Like,
Yes, yes. And that's because, remember, they went back in time. They were trying to get one of the Infinity Stones. I forgot
and
which one.
that just changed everything.
Exactly my point.
And
So
they have time travel in Star Wars now, so
they do. I mean, so hey, why can't we bring back? Listen, who's to say they? I mean, that's. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to change Anakin. So, but I'm just saying in general, why can't you bring back a character? You know what I'm saying, or at least change it up a little bit. You
it'd
know,
be Mace Windu.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, that's another like fan favorite too. I mean, everybody's waiting for him to come back. I mean, I'm waiting for it at least.
I
You
think
know,
he's waiting to come back.
I know, dude. I think he'll come back though. I mean, Instagram, Star Wars on Instagram has put out some stuff that it kind of seems was I guess promising. Maybe it was a couple posts. So I mean, we'll see what happens with that. Which way they go, it would be nice. But on
Oh,
that
it'd
note,
be awesome.
but on that note, let's talk about what got you into toy building and just customs in general, dude. So take it away. The floor is yours, my guy.
What's actually funny is we already talked about Valkorian there. He was the reason I got into toy building. I wanted a figure of him. Like I was collecting, 375. I I don't even remember if 6 inch was out yet when I started collecting. I don't even remember.
When did you know what's funny? I don't even know when 6 inch came out. I
I
thought
don't remember my first one. Like people are like, oh, mine was this. I'm like, I I don't know.
I thought it
Got so
existed.
many, so
Yeah.
but yeah, I wanted a Valkorian figure. So I seriously took what? Obi-Wan Kenobi from Power of the Force line because I was given like hundreds of them, so I was reselling them to start and everything because I didn't know what I was doing with that stuff. I'm like, hey, why not?
Right.
Um, then got into that and just painted up my first figure, and then I was like, well, that was fun. So I did Darth Scion after that, and then I
Oh
did
wow.
Trey because I was big into KOTOR and the Old Republic.
Right.
So I'm like, I want all those guys, and then at one point I was browsing eBay and saw a custom figure on there for sale. So I was like, hey, mine kind of looks better than that. So let's see what happens. And it just took off from there. And I didn't even know people were actually really like into this stuff at first.
I didn't even know it was a thing, honestly, until I just got it. Like I knew customs were out there, but I didn't know that there was people such as yourself doing this, you know. But you know what's funny, dude? I'm gonna say this. I've only come across yourself and like maybe like two or three other people that do custom building. But I haven't really seen much. I don't really know too many. Like honestly, I feel like you're one of the big ones out there. To be honest, dude, that in my opinion. I don't really know too much. I haven't been. I'm not in that community because I know you guys have. If I think you're, if I'm saying it, I think there's like its own community, right? Like for the building customs.
I'll say there is a community of people that follow toy builders and everything, but I think we are kind of focused into the toy photography and stuff like that as well.
Yes, that's what I see a lot more of. I would say
Yeah.
the photography aspect of it.
I'll say
Well,
most of us take, some random shots of our, either that or I do, random toy photography. Usually I don't use customs.
right.
I feel weird. They're for people and I don't want to like, be the first. I don't know. I'm weird like that, I guess.
No, 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 dude. It's definitely all right. It's cool. No, but I mean, I have to say, I mean, just from seeing your page alone, it's really really cool. It's really cool. I mean, I love the work that you put out, and you know, you had sent me something that obviously we spoke on, and I'm gonna bring that up at the end of the video. So we'll continue on as we go. If you have to say, dude, from all the work that you've done, like, what's the best work that you've put out there, in your opinion?
Really, it's probably actually this next run. Every single time I do a new run, and I
Right.
don't do just like, a few figures at a time. I'm working on over 40 figures right now.
Yeah, I don't know how you could do. I mean, again, well,
I don't
hey,
even know how I do it.
I mean, hey, right? It definitely. I'll put it like this, right? It's it's not just a passion, but I mean, it's not just a job, right? But it's a passion, right? Because
I
it's
would say
something.
this one is still in that passion area, so let's keep it that way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. But at the same time too, you do have to eat, right? You do have
Yes.
to
Yeah.
eat. So there's nothing wrong with that as well. But because you can also like it's like athletes, right? They do what they love, but they also get paid good. So there's nothing wrong with that, dude, and that's totally fine. But that's awesome. That's really awesome. If I can get like well, I guess well this will come with this question. What's the hardest custom figure that you've had to build? And if you can give us like the name of like the figure that you did.
It was this one was actually very difficult just because I built it from scratch.
Oh, I
Uh,
like this.
I'll actually be able to give you a picture that you can pop up here of
Yeah,
it.
we'll show the fans here. Yeah.
But it was, I feel like the hardest one would have had to have been the dirge that I did,
Okay.
just because I seriously handcrafted, all of the armor out of like old techniques that took forever. And it wasn't like the cleanest, it wasn't anywhere what I could do right now.
Right.
But for that time, it was insane. And
Yeah, dude, that's
that
awesome.
one, I have figures that are difficult, but that one was probably just like one of the more extensive builds.
Yeah, that took that. I guess you could say it like this. It took the icing on the cake, right? It was the icing on the cake for that one.
Yeah, I'll say it was a lot. I
That's
don't really
awesome.
know if I'd want to do another one in that style ever.
No, I get you, dude. I
I'd
get you.
probably sculpt one. I'd definitely do that.
Okay. Not too bad, dude. Not too bad. So the next one, are there any figures that you're figures or anything that you build, is there one that you're excited for that is coming up?
One that I'm going to build.
Yeah. Like, do you have any figures that, like, that any juicy ones that you're truly excited for, that is like, wow, like this is definitely something like, different, and I'm excited to tackle?
Actually, it'd probably be the commission I just talked about today with someone.
Okay.
It'll be an ARC trooper, but it'll be from. I'm not good with remembering all the legions and stuff, but Ahsoka's clone trooper legion there in the end.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know the
With
figure that just
five
came out,
clones
right?
in orange.
With the orange
It,
mask.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm.
But anyways, the style he sent me, it was just like a Lego concept, and it's amazing. Like I cannot wait to do it. It's gonna
Oh,
be
dude, if you have, if you don't mind, if you have that concept, maybe you could give it to me. I'll post it
yeah. I'll
up.
be able to pop that
I
up.
mean, it doesn't have to be the exact, but you could give me, like, an idea. That way people can see, because I feel like that's going to be awesome. Because again, the work that you do, the work that you do, dude, is amazing. And I can't wait to show something that I got that, again, we'll save that for the end. We'll save that one for the end.
Getting
Um,
excited.
yeah, yeah, dude, I mean, it was exciting, dude. It was really, really exciting. But I mean, if people, I guess my, because now we are dwindling down to the end. So I guess one of the things I'll ask is, if people did want to get a figure from you, first off, are your commissions open right now?
I actually always have commissions open, but I
Which is
have
great.
a waiting list generally.
Yeah,
Um, I have it's a large list.
I can only
And then
imagine,
on
dude.
top of I'm getting into, a bunch of Dio stuff now and actual figure parts as well that I'll be opening up a store here hopefully by the end of the month.
Oh wow, dude, that's something I didn't. Well, I think you told me a little bit, but
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah,
that's awesome.
I have like at least 50 items right now that are ready to go, but I have hundreds of designs that I need to test still and everything. So
Right. Now, when you say it's a store, you mean an actual, like store, like online, or out, like an actual
I
store?
will say I would love to do an actual store, of course, but that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Okay.
I'm
I would.
done with the public world, anyways.
Hey, listen, dude. Everything, honestly, dude, your best bet is to do it online anyway. That's what everything is. I mean, it's just better like that, to be honest. I mean,
It's less overhead too, and
dude,
everything's right there. So
dude.
don't
I
have
mean,
to
this is one
worry
of the things.
about getting
One of the things I tell people is like, because again, I'm in the New York area. You see a lot of people coming, like leaving the city. Even like people, the buildings are being, they're losing that, the occupancies, because people are leaving. People are all remote. So in reality, having your own business online is the best way to go, because at the end of the day, look, all you're doing is paying for, oh, excuse me, all you're doing is paying for the website, and to maintain it, and you're just paying for your stuff, really, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you're saving thousands of dollars on rent that you don't have to spend on. I don't think nobody has to spend on.
right now. I do have a building. I actually own a tattoo shop.
Yes, yeah.
Because of everything, it's gotten to a point where I feel weird about a lot of stuff. So, and I never anticipated that to happen. So I'm
Right,
kind of happy that I at least had this going on the side.
right.
So these past few years have changed a lot.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think COVID opened up a lot of eyes. Definitely. I think
It opened up a lot of eyes and made it a lot of dumb people
yeah, you've seen some pretty rash decisions on some people's end.
on
You know.
both sides. We're not blaming anyone.
No,
So
no, 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 no. No, no,
all
no, nobody's to blame, just to look at, right?
yes, yes.
But yeah, man, this has been awesome. Before we sign off, I have to talk about something here that I did say I was gonna shout out, and I'm super excited to announce it, dude. And I really, really want to thank you for this gem right here. This was such an awesome gem, dude. I really appreciate this. For those of you who don't know, and now you know, um, the old architect, did I get the name right?
Yes.
Awesome. I wanted to make sure I remembered. made this for me, which is I guess we could say like a Mythos type of Anakin, right?
I would say, yeah, I was kind of like along that lines there.
Yeah, like Mythos, Revenge of the Sith, you know. But if you guys see, I mean, like, look at the detail. I mean, I don't know if the lighting is all that, but I mean, dude, you did such an awesome job. I mean, from the people that I've shown, I wanted, what's funny is I wanted to post it on Instagram, but I was like, I wanted to wait to do this interview because I feel like it was gonna do justice. Like, I put that up, then I'm gonna put this up. So just know, dude, I definitely am making a post on this now that we did this because I was like I had to get it and I had to give you the thanks, bro, because it was such a pleasure. I mean, like guys, like just look at this again. Like, I mean, and you didn't even have any sabers, and you gave this one to me. I was like super grateful for that. So it was like awesome, dude. Like super super awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
guys,
yeah, I'm limited on those.
dude. So I do apologize. I'm set. You're gonna have a lot of people come your way, dude, because a lot
Oh,
of
hey,
people that
hey, I really will appreciate it a lot. Like,
you know a
it
lot of
keeps
people.
me busy and happy. So,
Yeah, no, I mean, one of the things I have to say is that guys definitely, yeah, and like I said, you're gonna have people go your way. Hit this man up. He literally, I mean, you responded to me so fast, dude. I mean, again, sometimes, I mean, I'm sure you might have something going on that you can't get to right away, but you answered. I mean, we were back and forth, and look, listen, and I'm gonna keep it so blunt. The moment you were done, I sent you that money right away because I was like, dude, I love the work that you did, and I am a happy customer and a returning customer that is going to be here for a while. As now I can say it, as you guys, me and well, one of the things, the projects I gave you was of doing Arkin, who is one of my favorites. So that's another one that I can't wait to bring out to you guys because I know it's going to be phenomenal. As the work you do, dude, is really great. So I know everybody's going to be excited. I can't wait. I personally can't wait to get this video out because I know a lot of people are going to be happy. So, but yeah, guys, honestly, any ideas you have, ask him. You can find him on Instagram. I know you were talking about doing something, so I'm gonna let you talk about this on the other platforms that you've been kind of thinking of. But this is the end for our video. So before we end, let the fans know what you have going on and what you have in store.
like for future plans,
Future plans and just in general, like with I know you do like with the customs, like what you have going on, with that, and what are your future endeavors with that.
I'll say right here, I'll probably be sending you a video of a whole bunch of stuff that I do actually have lined up so you could put it up in the corner here or something.
Awesome.
That'll be a perfect plug-in.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. If anything, you know
Um,
what, I'll put it like at the end just so that way people can see it, and it'll
there
be
you
like
go. I would
it'll be
say
a
it's
nice little reel.
there's a lot of them. I think you might even be shocked with it and everything. But it just I'm building people's dream figures. So when it comes to the figures, I don't know what's in the future, except for whenever people give me something really fun.
Yeah.
Well, people give me anything they want, and I'll build it. I've built anything beyond Star Wars as well, up to actual personal figures.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
I'll say I made a personal figure of my wife one time and my brother-in-law and everything. It was really kind of random.
That's awesome. Hey, no, that's pretty cool. There's nothing wrong with that, right? We can all be a figure, right?
But other than that, as I mentioned, it's going to be a bunch of getting into different dio builds and everything like that. Figure accessories, parts, weapons, armors, helmets. A lot of the beginning stuff will be Mandalorian based ish.
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll say space warrior. But yeah, no, it's I have so much stuff coming up. I don't even know where to even begin. Like from Sith armor to, as I was saying, blasters, large blasters. I want to try and design vehicles and like, just the
That's
sky's the limit whenever it comes to me. Like one of my favorite things about The Great Gatsby, your life's always got to be going up.
That is true. And on that note, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. And thank you for being on, dude. It was such a pleasure, guys. I will have his Instagram down below so that way you guys can go follow him and check him out as he does, as he says, some awesome work as you guys saw. And I'll show it again. and this is a 6-inch, not a 3.75, a 6-inch Anakin Skywalker Revenge of the Sith type figure. So guys, again, go follow him on Instagram, hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't, hit the notification bell, and remember, when you subscribe, you join the rogue side. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and thank you for coming on, dude. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you very much.